there, viewers, and welcome back to the Self-Made Auto Channel. Sitting inside the 2001 Chevrolet. It's a Corvette. Probably a 5.7 would be my assumption. It has a very intermittent, no crank, no start, does some funny monkey business, and I was finally able to get this car to act up. Customer's been complaining about this for a while. Of course, you know, you bring it to the shop, you drive it, 1,000 times and, burn the tires right off it, and it never ever acts up. But evidently his issue is when he goes to crank it, the dash comes on and it flickers. Flicker, 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 just like if the battery was dead. Shut it off, turn it back on. Might start, might not, doesn't crank, doesn't do anything. Dash keeps flickering, all the lights are on, acting funny, and then all of a sudden, bada bing, bada boom, it starts. So it finally did it to me a couple times in a row where I could get some, definitive testing, I guess, if you will. So I go to start it, it starts acting up like that, click, 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 click. You hear the relays clicking down here and stuff. If you just take the end of the key and go judo chop right on the end of the key, bling, everything works. Imagine that. GM with a bad ignition switch. I did it multiple times. Never got it on camera, so I can't show you. You're gonna have to believe me. We got trust issues, I know, but you're gonna have to trust me. Did this multiple times, 3, so I guess multiple times it did it to me. Each time, whack, right on the end of the key, problem went away, away we go. Either it's a big coincidence and I'm super wrong, or it's just a bad ignition switch. The lock cylinder goes right into the ignition switch on these cars, so it's pretty plausible. I'm gonna go for it, and you're coming with me. At least we're gonna try. I hate working on these cars. Most people that own them are a bunch of whiny crybabies. This guy's not. This guy's pretty cool. He actually drives this car, so it's got a bazillion miles on it. Also, I've never done an ignition switch on one of these, and that blocks you right out 100%. So what I've done is I've got the directions right from General Motors, and it says step 1, negative battery, all that crap. We got to get some of this trim off. We ain't gonna bother you with the steps, but first, center console. It says open center console door, pull traction control switch, release it from retaining clips, blah blah blah, flat screwdriver, do some prying. So we got to get this up, and this is kind of broke, so you kind of got to hold it there. Let's see if we can't get a, oh, look at that, looky looky. Set that back down. So that's our traction control switch. Plus these cars sit an inch off the ground, and I'm kind of fat, so this doesn't help. So we're going to take this off, and it does expose both of those nuts right down there. One connector already missing for the passenger airbag off. Wonder why that's unhooked. So we'll take this baby out, we'll set that to the side, and we'll see what our next step is. I think what we'll do, so we'll take off both of those nuts. They've been off before, a lot of marks around them, but I think the car had, it's got a bazillion miles on it, 130 something, so that's a lot of miles for one of these junkers. Low oil level, it says, so we can't see the miles. I think it's $130 or so, so way more miles than these cars typically would get. I got props to this guy for actually driving this thing. They're not very valuable. I don't know why people worship these cars so much, or cars in general, I don't know. If I get something, I just beat the balls off it. My motto is I ain't saving it for the next guy. Never been much of a collector of anything. I think that's why you guys get so upset with me when you found out I'm not a car guy. That's alright. I think the main thing is we need to get this black trim off here. I don't think we need to pull this whole center console out as the directions stated. One thing we do need to do though, is we need to get this cigarette lighter unplugged. I guess they're not cigarette lighters anymore, are they? Power accessory outlets or something? I don't call it what you want. Back when I was a kid, they were cigarette lighters. And I think back before that, they were cigar lighters. So I have to yank this baby back. It doesn't look like the indicator on this thing. It looks like it's stuck down in first gear, so chances are somebody's been here. I have to remove the cigarette lighter, or the ashtray. A couple screws here. Pull that baby out. Actually, if we lose one, no big deal. We got a spare. Every car comes with extra parts. So we'll stick that to the side. Looks like that thing doesn't retain down anymore. And then we're gonna get our wear toolkit. Find the Torx bit we need. So we'll take these 2 screws out, and I think on the picture it showed another screw up over here. Make sure we get all of them out. The other thing, sometimes working on 20-year-old plastic really sucks. A lot of these jobs I'll refuse just because, you know, you don't want to be the guy to break it. And a lot of this stuff, especially GM, you know, you just touch their stuff, everything breaks. Oh, there, see that thing? This has been all super glued back together. You see all the super glue and stuff behind it? That's because some ding-dong didn't say no. Didn't say no, and he took on the job. That wasn't me, by the way, folks, but I'm just showing you one of the casualties of war. Alright, so there's that screw. Open up our console again here if we can. And I'm hoping there should be some clips down here according to the service data. Should be able to pull her straight back. Let's see, we're going to set the parking brake back down. Maybe we do need to take the center console out all the way. Ah, I hate these old cars. Yeah, let me clean all the junk out of the center console. We'll pull that out so we can get this to come straight back better. Oh, that ain't happening. Sometimes you gotta turn the camera off and just pull a little bit harder, fella. And that's what we did. I'll show you here in a minute. Let me unhook the cigar lighter. Let's see what do we have here for retaining clips in the front. It didn't feel like there was any because nothing clicked. Looks like there's a guide pin there that's broke. There looks like there's a couple retaining tabs here, but no anything else. It was kind of bizarre that there's no nothing. Now I did finish taking the bolts out of the back of this. Like I say, this thing's a little funny. This thing's already busted. I took the screws out of it, but then you have to pull all this plastic crap off because it's convertible or something, I don't know. We're just not even going to bother touching it and carry on. Here's the connector I unhooked for the cigar lighter. Little wings on the side just popped off. I think we can throw it apart and shut her down now. Alright, I think we're down to the meat and potatoes of it. This is all busted. All broken plastic up in here. I don't know what that goes to. Probably something to do with this crap. I should have just told the guy I don't want to work in this pile. Because this is what you're in for. You know, a bunch of random miscellaneous busted pieces, things held together, bubble gum, super glue. Let's see what we have to do now. I think the knee bolster here has to come off. I think was the main objective. We'll see what holds that thing on, if there's any pieces holding that on, and then we'll go from there. It says we need to move rear compartment fog light switch by gently prying with a screwdriver. Metal tab. Should be a metal tab on here. It's kind of stuck in the plastic. There we go. That's the metal tab that holds it in. That should go on here. There we go. So that goes on there. We'll disconnect that. And then it says there's a screw. We didn't have to take it out. Somebody, what do you want me to do? Snap it off? Somebody already snapped it off. Perfect. So the plastic's all busted behind here too. Alright, pry lower edges switch. Remove knee bolster, trim screws, panel side, pull, release tabs, install reverse. Okay. I shouldn't be pissing and moaning, people. I should be just thankful I have a job. A lot of people looking for help around here. I'll tell you what. I wish I was a teenage boy right about now. For a couple reasons. One of those reasons, though, is that the number of jobs that are available right now are almost endless. Every single store, every single place you drive by, people are begging for helpers. But I think it pays way too good to stay home. So that kind of stinks. My kids, however, we do not allow them that luxury. As soon as you're 14 and you get your working papers, guess what, baby? You're joining the workforce. I think this is the interior temperature sensor right there. I believe that's what that is. Ow, damn it. Trying to see what holds this baby on. Looks like just a plastic clip. Aha! Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Alright, so that must be for the pass key. So that means, kind of paid attention to how many wraps that baby had on it. So that's that broken piece we found. Must be busted off from this. Awesome. We need to get the ignition lock cylinder out of there. Let me see if I can find the button for it. Must be on the top. I don't see it at the bottom. So what we'll do, oh, ow, baby. We're gonna get back up in this joint. We're gonna take the two bolts out of this, see if we can get the switch back. We don't want to break any of this stuff off, so we gotta be careful. So we'll do that. I have not unplugged the switch or anything. And I don't know is if we have enough movement under there to pull it out without first removing the lock cylinder. We're gonna find out here. So take the two bolts out. Rotate it a little bit. There we go. It does fit through. This way here, hopefully, we can get it kind of down. Find out where the button is. I'll tell you what, let me find the new switch. We'll look on the new switch to see where the button is. Button, who's got the button? There's a connector down there. We could unplug this. Where you at, baby? I think I see it. Oh yeah, there it is. So, can you guys see? Probably not. Sugar. That's right in the way. Can you see now? Okay, so there's the ignition switch. It is in the on position. Okay, now, be mindful here. We're going to shut that off. We're going to stick this back up through because we're not going to put it in the way we took it out. Through like that. There we go. We're going to set this right to the side till we unplug it. Okay. We'll stick the key right in there so we don't lose the key. Ignition is turned on currently. And now we got shift interlock down here and a bunch of connectors. Yeehaw. Maybe at this point we should be smart and just turn it back off. I don't know if I can. I can't do it with this. Hey, look at that. Maybe I can. There. That was turned off all the way. Okay. Now we're safe. We're back into our safe zone. We'll get this baby back down. And then we're going to start unplugging some stuff. See if I can get you where you can see. We got our good light, aka the one that's not all black. So we're going to disconnect that baby. I tell you what, we're going to pull the connector right here. Set that right there with the ignition switch or with the lock cylinder. And we're going to unhook the electrical connectors here. And it was back in the day when they had wires. Big old wires, 10 gauge. 12 anyways. Let's see if we can't disconnect these without breaking the tabs. Oh, come on, baby. Now she's dinging. Let's see if we can unhook the other one and maybe get rid of the dinger. Because that's annoying. Nope, that didn't stop the dinger. If we shut our door. That's annoying AF. I for some reason I thought they just pulled out of there. Am I wrong? I must be. I thought the shift interlock here, I didn't think they had to be turned on. Maybe they do. Maybe I had to turn you on. As soon as I turned it on, it released. Okay. Let's get the new switch. Do the swap-a-roo. Here's our new one from Napper. Let's have just a gander at it here, make sure it looks good. Couldn't get this thing from GM in any reasonable amount of time, so we elected to go aftermarket. Looks like the same number of pins. Everybody looks happy. Alright. I don't know if this is on or off. Probably will not turn as easy as the old one. Not even close, fella. So what we'll do, let's just see if we can slip the, can you guys even see if we can slip the shift interlock in here. Oh, we can, like butter. What we'll do, because we want to make sure that works, we'll stick our key cylinder back in temporarily here. Okay, so the shift interlock does work. Okay, fancy. I'll take this back out. Okay. So yeah, when we're taking that in and out, when you have it in the on position, you got this little donger here you can push down, but when you shut it off, you can't. Okay. Some cars you turn on, some you leave an accessory. So we're going to plug these babies back in. There's one. There's two. Buckle my shoe. And then our other one is going to slip over right there, which I'm going to lay on my head to do that. That is for our lock cylinder. That's going to go on the side. Okay, so we're in good shape. So I tell you what, this is for the security. Security. That's the intake, or that's the air temp sensor. We're going to put that security one back on once we have this all mounted. We slip our lock cylinder back in there. If that makes sense to you. Just gonna have to stand on our heads to do that. Not a big deal. Now these brass buttons, so these brass nut certs they have on here, see how they protrude out of there a little bit? They go right into this aluminum housing, so make sure you line that up. It should be quite obvious to you. If you've made it this far, you can probably figure that out. there's that. And then like so, we'll come back in with this little guy. There we go. This had a couple of little wraps on it. Figure out which way it was wool wrapped. We'll make sure we do a nice job, because when you turn it, the whole thing turns, so we're going to leave it wrapped like this. I think that'll work good. It's a modern, old-fashioned clock spring. And then this little tab here on the lock cylinder, you can see, these little nipples that stick off there. There's another one down here that this clicks onto. That was all that was holding it together when we started. And that's all it's going to hold it together when we finish, providing we don't break it off. Now it's just a matter of putting all the kibbles and bits back together, folks. Not too difficult at this point. Usually getting stuff apart's half the battle. The other half's putting it back together. Words of inspiration for you. So that clicks together there. Screw goes here, which we already knew about that. We've got our intake air temp sensor, which this thing did not fit very tightly. I don't see any broken tabs on it, so we're not even going to try to tweak them out to make it fit any better. We're going to plug it in. Plug it in, then stick it in. Just like that. That just kind of gingerly sits there. Kind of. Ugh. Stupid cars. Get the wires going the right direction here. So I got the knee bolster rebolstered, put back on. Now at this point we need to try to fit this baby back on here with what's left of it. I don't mean to be whiny pants anti-Corvette crybaby today, but I am, I guess. That's what I'm doing. Well, we're going to tighten, I guess we better tighten that cigarette lighter back up. That thing feels like it's about ready to fall out of there. Oh, sugar. Stick our key fob through there, turn that on so we don't have to listen to it. Oh snap, you know what? I have to take that screw back out. Whew. Alright, now where's that little... Like I say, this thing is all super glue. It's not gonna stay. Damn it. Stupid cars. So we've got the middle trim piece there slipped back in. Gonna tighten up both of these nuts. Now there's two more nuts inside of the center console here that I did pop out. We've got to stick our ashtray. Nope. We've also got to stick that screw back in here. Get it. There it is. Conveniently just knocked it on the ground for myself. We're going to get that screw screwed back in here. And there's another screw in there that we also have to get back in. Oh, you can't see. Ha! I'm up here by the ashtray, folks. There's the extra screw. No job's complete without it. This one started with an extra screw, so that's good. There's that. That thing closes. Where are we? Gotta put the traction control thing back in it here. Plug that in. I don't know if we should plug his passenger airbag light thing back in or not. We will. I guess it's easy enough if there's something wrong with it. We can easily re-unplug it. Re-unplug it? Yeah. I guess we would be going back to re-unplug it because it was initially unplugged. Cigar lighter / power outlet. Oh, you can't see crap. Gonna plug this baby back in. I popped it out. I think this was off camera. This had just a couple little tabs on the side. Easily came out, so I'm going to plug that in. I'll give you the play-by-play. Like I said, I don't know how many more times we're going to be able to open this lid without it breaking. Some babies go way back here, so I'll get them tightened down. Didn't bother getting torque specs, not even going to lie to you. And then these little covers here. And then another one right about there. Neither one of those were broke miraculously. And they just kind of sit there like so. Bitty beep. I think that's about it, folks. Let's see. It did previously have ABS, stability track, check engine, lots of lights on. We'll call it. The main concern was it wouldn't do that. She wouldn't crank. Low oil level, service tire monitor system, check engine light. I think when you put it in gear, you get the stability track. Maybe we got to move it. Probably needs to see wheel speed signal, but the stability track or that advanced traction handling, that light comes on. That's it though, I'm done. Alright folks, that's it as far as ignition switch replacement. Now I do know that I was a little bit, we'll say, how do you say a word that rhymes with itchy, okay, during this video. And that's my own fault. So I apologize for that. I'm not trying to put all Corvette owners, group them all in one box and stick them in a little box. But a lot of you guys that work on cars, work on them in the shop, you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Am I right? Okay. We're not going to get into that. It is frustrating sometimes following after somebody else's rigmarole and, you know, all the stuff that's broke and things are brittle. And if I remember correctly, this car came from Arizona when he originally got it back in 2015 or so. So it's been exposed, you know, to that brutal sun, and just, you know, the plastic, you look at it cross-eyed, everything breaks. So we did the best job we could to at least put it back together in the broken condition in which it was here, not really cause any more damage, thankfully. And that's that. Why don't you guys not be itchy? Going on in that comment section. Questions, the comments, the concerns. If you are itchy, go see a doctor. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.